Oh, welcome back to Put on the List, episode 100. Holy crap. And joining me, as always, fresh from being freed from Diddy's compound, Frankie Fairshot, a.k.a. Frankie Funboy, a.k.a. Francisco.
Wow.
I think I got
What's up?
I think I got it.
I think you did get it. I thought you were going to, it was relatively clean,
Good.
so I appreciate that. I had my own
Okay.
intro for you.
Ooh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. And I'm here with, brother from another mother, Mr. Problematic Andres, a.k.a. all the hate Andres, a.k.a. who hurt you, Andres.
All right.
But
we'll take that one for now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Big episode, man. What do we got going on this week?
Ooh, we're going to break it up a little bit. We're going to do a retrospective at the beginning. We're going to ask each other some questions, totally unscripted. We're going to look back on a couple things, good things, bad things, not so good things.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go straight into our regular show. Got a lot of trailers, got a little bit of news, one really interesting one. We've got 2 finales. We're going to discuss the All Gentlemen and All Constellation. Hold on to your britches for Constellation, man. I'm still wrapping my head around that shit. Getting into the Bestie Worsties and then double feature. It's a packed show. We should get started. What do you say?
I said, let's do it. Hey, man, another week. And we're back for another episode.
Yes, sir.
How was your
question
week, sir?
for you? My week was good. I want to know about your week, man. Because, okay. People say a lot of negative things about Diddy right now. But I got to tell you, he let you record the pod for like an hour a week for the last, couple years. So that is really generous on his part. Because, he's been a busy boy. And I don't know. People say a lot of things, but he's been letting you record for the last 2 years from his compound. What were your thoughts, dude? You all right? Doing okay?
You don't follow hip hop like I do. So you really don't have any idea what you're talking about. But I will say that if there's one person, like, when sports teams, they hate each other, they have rivals.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one person that I've always disliked, it's been Diddy. Ever since the 90s, the bad boy era, all that. The flashy pants, I hated the shiny suit era. It's his fault. And I hated it with a passion. And so yeah, I've never been a Diddy fan, and allegations are horrible. And if he did do it, then I hope he gets what he deserves. But yeah, man, I'm a big fan of the fuck Diddy, club.
Okay. Well, you can keep me updated on that because it's very personal for you.
No, I don't really think about him, but if you bring him up, I don't like the guy. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
I think less people are liking him now. But I'm glad you've joined us again.
Yeah, I'm out. I escaped. Like, not me, sir.
All right. Okay. Shall we get started with our first segment? Because this episode might go long.
It can be a little different this week, huh?
Yeah. This will be
fun.
Some
questions.
This is going to be fun. All right. First segment, the Ask Me Anything segment. And this is, I'm going to interview you. You're going to interview me.
Do we alternate questions or are we going to go?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll alternate questions. Super random. Super random.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with the first one. All right. This will be a fun one. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
If you could recast a film with WWE pro wrestlers, which films and who would it be, Mr. Fucking You Love Your Wrestling?
Oh, this is a good question, dude. And
you can't say The Rock or John Cena because they're already.
No, you put me on the spot right here. But just because he was fucking crazy and just like go the whole time, I think maybe the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay. Love Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, a little Ultimate Warrior action,
I have
and
one for
maybe
him, but go ahead.
and maybe put him in a Mad Max movie.
As
Either we can go Road Warrior,
Uh-huh.
or we can go Fury Road. You know what I'm saying?
Would he be playing the title character?
He could be the blood bag. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, interesting.
Yeah. Or he could play Morton Joe. I don't know. He could be a Morton Joe. You know,
He could play Max.
Where am I? Yeah, yeah.
He could just play Max for in Fury Road. I mean, he has almost no dialogue. He would just be like all crazy the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, here's my for Ultimate Warrior. I'm like, wait a minute. What if you remade Predator and starring in as the Predator is Ultimate Warrior running around the jungle?
He would just go around shaking trees.
He would just go around shaking people and throw them over the head and breaking them in half and running away and maybe pulling out some spines. That would be it. Wow. Like no costume, just Ultimate Warrior running around in his little tidy pink spandex in the jungle. I think that'd be fucking pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I wrote a few different questions because I wasn't sure which way we were gonna go.
Yeah, I have some serious ones.
That was a little light. It was a little breezy. You know, so I appreciate you easing me into it. Okay. So my first question for you is
I'm not good at these, by the way. But go ahead.
No. My first question for you is: do you think that after doing this for 100 episodes, has this changed the way you view content? Like, have you noticed any? Like, are you like watching it in a different way, or are you still watching like you think like you used to?
It's pretty much the same. I think like a background of like doing lots of like screenwriting and learning all that shit and how structure of story, that all kind of like it's all 90% the same shit as always. I think the only thing that's different is like I can't wait to hear what that motherfucker's about to say. I bet he liked this bullshit. Like that voice in the back of my head is the biggest change. I'm like, oh my God, if he said he loved this shit, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. Or like if he doesn't say he loves this, he's that's probably one of my biggest changes. Having the constant second guessing voice in the back of my head. I think that's probably my biggest change if we had to go for it. I think I'm slightly more critical. Dude, I'm so out there. Like I'm sometimes more critical of things than I should be. In other things, I just let it go, and half the time it's completely random, based on my feeling. Yeah, you never know. I don't know, but that's the biggest thing is the fucking.
It is pretty hard to pin down because there's some stuff that's like fucking questionable as fuck, and Mr. fucking all the hate in the world. I love some bullshit, and then there's something there can be something that's similar but not quite the same, and you're like you shit on it. So it's kind of like
I don't know. There's just a thing there. Like if it just goes slightly to the left or slightly to the right, I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't explain it. Sometimes it's just it could just be if I'm relaxed on the couch or if I'm like sitting in a chair watch. I don't even know. I can't explain it. Maybe if I'm just like in a better mood. Maybe my dinner that I ate that day was delicious, and so I'm like I'm in a good mood. I'm like I'll let this shit go. Versus like maybe I burned my eggs that morning and I'm like I hate this shit. I have no idea. But yeah, it's there.
And if you burn eggs in the morning, you need to go to jail. Who burns eggs? How do you burn eggs?
That's just asshole. This is you're avoiding the questions. Here comes the next question.
Go for it.
God damn it. All right. I'll ask this one last. Okay, here we go. If you could pair a perfect meal with the perfect film, what would they be?
Ooh. Man, you're being nice to me. I feel bad about my questions now. I gotta say that.
Don't worry, I'll fucking destroy you later.
I probably would pick my favorite movie of all time because it goes through the gamut of emotions: happy, sad, joy, blah blah blah. You know, and it won't. And it's not. I'll be able to eat the meal because there's no like, alien goo coming out of somebody's head or anything like that. So, maybe I would probably go. Oh man,
take your fucking time.
I know we're gonna have to cut this down.
Maybe say what the fucking movie is first.
Okay, the movie is True Romance. True Romance.
Holy
I
shit.
love that movie. And I probably would go maybe with I don't know about perfect meal, but it probably would be Mexican food. And I probably would go with maybe like, I don't know, some good, delicious mole. I don't know, bro. There you go. It's out there. I just said that out loud. I would eat mole. Mole,
Okay.
rice, beans, tortillas, and True Romance. And
I
leave me the fuck.
expected more from your Mexican ass, but that's cool.
What do you mean more from? You
I
know
don't
how
know,
many
man.
ingredients are in mole?
I thought you were
No,
gonna
you
get
don't.
fucking crazy. I do have made mole. It's a lot from scratch.
For the record, you made white mole. So
I had to go to the Mexican market. I had to buy this shit, the little fucking chocolate with the little fucking triangle fucking edges and shit. Anyways, go fuck yourself.
and you burn eggs. So I don't trust you.
Next question.
Next question. Oh, I'll save that for last. Okay. Do you like going in? Say something that because we watch trailers, right? Going into something that you watch.
Yeah.
Do you think you go into everything objectively, or do you have like a bias?
Sure.
Have you noticed?
No,
yourself?
no. This is all right. This is the absolute fucking truth. I go into everything hoping for the best, even if it's not. It's like I'm not excited about it. I'm like, come on, surprise me, give me something. Like, I think any story can be told extremely well as long as they do a good job executing the story. I'm like, okay, like simple story, but they can just do a great job. And so I love to be surprised. Loved it. And no, I go in with hopeful. I swear to God, I go in hopeful to everything. So if I'm spending my time, like I want that time to be like a great investment. So I go in so hopeful. And
Yeah.
And then I just whatever happens, it just kind of like starts to
But
fall
you go
apart
from like
after that.
0 to 60, or
I
maybe
go pretty
like
quick though.
yeah, from 0 to 15 minutes, and then that's it.
Yeah. If it's comedy and I'm not laughing in the first like 15 minutes, it's not going to get any better, and I'm just done.
Wow.
And I have limited time. That's what this whole podcast is about. There's limited time. Watch the good shit. We try to tell you. What put on your list. Enjoy. There you go. There's my answer.
All right.
Hard as it might be to believe.
Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely hard.
I
What do you got
bet.
for me? One more.
All right, last question for you. One more, and then we got two. And then we have two listener questions. Super random fun.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
What is not? My shit is softball for you.
Yeah,
What's
you
the
are,
hard?
man.
What's the hardest part about doing the pod?
Oh, the hardest part about doing the pod is your fucking mouth and the bullshit that comes out of it sometimes. And yeah, it's like when you're like earlier you said, oh, that little voice, what is this fucker gonna say? I'm the thing, like I'm like, this fucking guy, I can't believe he fucking didn't finish it. Or like I'm like, how can he think that? He doesn't even know. Like, and like, but you come off like this guy, I fucking know everything. And yeah, so that's the toughest part. Like not punching you through the fucking monitor.
Not punch. Oh, so that's the hardest part. Not being able to punch me through the monitor.
Yeah, but like, shut up.
We'll just keep that as your answer for now, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. My last question.
Okay.
Is: are you a finished product, or do you have room to grow?
Say that again.
Are you a finished product, or do you have room to grow?
I am a seedling. I have so much room to grow.
Oh, really?
I think so. You don't think so? I'm pretty sure.
No, I know you're not a finished product, but the way you talk about things, it doesn't seem like you think you're done. You're like, oh, I shit gold and I fucking make diamonds when I talk or whatever. I don't know, bro. Like, so that's why I'm like,
because that shit cracks me up. So I just gotta own it. Just fucking lean into it. Like, it's fucking hilarious. I crack myself up. So
yeah, well, yeah.
People haven't been able to figure that one out. And I also like doing it because I know it pisses you off. So I'll totally lean into anything that pisses you off.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he just give me a look? Oh, I'm definitely gonna lean into this motherfucker now. Like, you shouldn't have showed me your cards, bro. I'm gonna fucking go at you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we just keep it light. Have fun.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Two questions from viewers. They were asking about it. Okay, where are they?
Okay.
Okay. If you could remake one film that you were looking forward to but ultimately disappointed in, what would it be?
Oh man. Probably might be recency bias, but probably ooh, I just thought of another one. I'll go with the Matrix, the last Matrix.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. It was come on, man.
I thought there was pieces there,
Yeah.
but it just didn't come together. Like
Yeah.
they had.
It was too meta. It was too this, to that. I'm like,
I think there was a big opportunity at the very end for because they had to do this big process. It became basically an Ocean's 11 towards the end to get Trinity, I think, out of there and from the robot world. They could have done all sorts of crazy shit. Like these guys had to hack this thing, and these guys had to break into this thing, and all these pieces had to happen at the same time to pull her out of this thing, and then have a cool chase scene after that. But it was like they pulled her out of there in like 2 seconds, and then the end was just stretched out way too long. And it's just kind of like you missed the point. There was no danger, no risk. I wasn't never worried about anything. Like in the first Matrix when Neo was like in the chair and he was trying to do his thing. And while the bugs were attacking and destroying everything around him, and they were freaking out and yelling and trying to get, but they couldn't pull him out because they'd kill him. And it was like that tension. You're like, fuck.
yeah.
There's like zero tension in the new Matrix film. Like they just kind of missed a couple basic beats from the first film, and they could have just repeated a couple of those, simplified. It could have been awesome. But yeah, I'm right there with you there.
Yeah. I feel like they approached it as a kind of like, here, we made this, get off our back kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, that was the whole thing. They were more worried about making sure that they made that statement with this movie than actually like making a Matrix movie.
The thing that also pissed me off about that movie, where this is like, they filmed it like 2 blocks away from where I was working. So I was watching them like setting stuff up. I saw the streets full of equipment. I saw they filmed one scene at this restaurant we go eat at, and I was like, it's fucking crazy. It's the Matrix. I loved it. And they're fucking filmed. There's a scene where we have lunch. Like, how fucking crazy is that? And then it was kind of like whatever, kind of a movie. That shit was like on HBO and it was free. You could just keep watching it and watched it once, and that was never returned. Oh well.
Yeah. What about for
all
you?
Right, my answer. This will be a quick one. I don't really have a great answer for this. I mean, I know what the answer is. I just don't know how to fix it. Batman versus Superman. That film could have been like, it should have been like kick fucking ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you need. Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
And Snyder
What
just
story
shit
do
the
you
bed
tell,
so
right?
hard with that film. Like, oh my God. It was just a terrible viewing experience in the theaters. I took Christina. I was so excited. And maybe 45 minutes into the movie, she just kind of looked over at me and was like, I'm just going to go wait in the lobby. She left for like an hour. And then she came back later towards the end. And I'm like, she's like, you didn't miss anything. Like, what happened? I have no idea. Man, that film was like one of the biggest disappointments. I'm like, what are we even watching here? I don't understand. Like the Superman film that Zack Snyder did was totally watchable. It had like a beginning and a middle and end. This film was just fucking head scratching from the beginning to the end.
And they wasted a great performance by Mr. Batfleck himself.
And hundreds of millions of dollars for like, I don't know what. Like, fuck. That was, and then they're like, let's give him another movie, Justice League. I'm like, sorry guys, call me in like 10 years when someone else takes over. Luckily we got James Gunn. Come on, do it, dude. All right. That's my answer for that one. All right. Next question. Last question. Here we go. Last viewer question. If you could be any movie character, who would it be?
Whoa, that's deep. Man. If I could be any movie character, who would I be? Damn. I don't want to scare anybody. But I definitely want to be in control of my life, right? Like, I want to be somebody that is in control.
So you don't want to be Truman from the Truman Show.
Yeah, I don't want to be Tony Montana. You know, I don't want to I don't want to be Michael Corleone. I don't know. Maybe I can be the consigliere, and then I can just live and I can advise the guy. But I'm still I would still know that they murder people, so I don't want to be him either. I don't want no murders in my life. I don't want no drugs or no trafficking, none of that evil shit. Man, I'm trying to think of a nice guy. I'm like a nice guy movie. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll be the dad in the Paddington movie. I don't know. I don't know. That guy seems like he's got it made, man. He's got a talking bear. His kids like him. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have a good answer for that because a lot of the movies that we like.
I have one answer. Are pretty not happy?
No.
I got one. I got one answer. This is like the stupidest answer ever, but I think it's pretty funny. I think if I had to be someone that seemed pretty chill in a chill job with low consequences, I think I might be the airport security guy in Fight Club when they lose homie's luggage, and Norton's talking to him, and the security guard looks up and says, "Yeah, we don't know what happened to your bag, but every now and then he gets pulled because they buzz. We think they're bombs, but every now and then he leans in. It's a dildo." Like, that guy's funny. That guy's job is chill. Funny. That guy's job is easy. He just sits there, and every now and then he gets to mention a dildo. That's a pretty funny job. Maybe that's a pretty funny character. I don't know. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Super random.
Yeah.
That guy always cracks me up every time. Like, his job, like, I just want a chill job. Like, that sounds cool. All right. Shall we move on?
Let's do it.
All right. Next little segment here for the episode 100 retrospective. Come on, Russ, you can do it. Biggest surprises and disappointments.
Okay.
Like bad takes, things that we were expecting went the other way.
Yeah. Biggest surprises.
I
got one. I got one. I was really surprised at how emotional I got with Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Ooh, okay.
Like, I was like,
the little critters.
Yeah, the little critters. Yeah, man. That I was like, I don't know if it was like, it felt like I was watching those commercials in the middle of the night with Sarah McLachlan singing that one song.
Ooh.
And then it's like, oh my God, I don't want to watch this. And it's like on a giant screen. And then my daughter's looking up at me like, why are you making me watch this? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. And then it was just like, what's going on? All these emotions. Poor little animal. Save her. Layla. Somebody save Layla. And
then bam, you're like, what the shit?
She got it. She's in animal heaven. So I was surprised.
All right, that's a good one. So that was a surprise.
Yeah.
One of my biggest surprises, because it went like a 180 because I hated the film Rogue One. And when they announced Andor as a TV show, I'm like, why? Of all the things to do in the Star Wars world, like, that's one of the most random.
That. You had your heels pretty digged in there too.
Oh yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And then
this is dumb. This is so dumb.
Yeah, like they just need to throw away money at this point, Disney. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the trailer came out, and we're both like, you thought I was gonna hate it, and I was like, this looks kind of legit. Like, visually, it felt good. Like, it felt what that Star Wars world needed. Like, if I would put my money on Obi-Wan, I'm like, that's gonna be like the coolest fucking thing that they do. Like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. And then Obi-Wan came out, and that was probably one of my biggest disappointments. That was terrible. And then Andor came out and just fucking like breathed new life. Like, it just felt like, like, wow. It just, you can see the possibility of storytelling in the Star Wars universe. And I'm like, get more of that going like now. And then I would feel so much better about the future of Star Wars. And hopefully that works. I don't know. But Andor is one of my biggest surprises. Love it.
Yeah. I was surprised you like it because Andor and Rogue One felt like this, you know, it felt like cohesive to me. But anyways, my biggest disappointment, we're going to stay in Star Wars realm, is Ahsoka. I was looking forward to Ahsoka more than Obi-Wan.
Okay.
And I just think like they
I didn't
had.
think it was
I mean, it wasn't the worst, but like I think it had a really high ceiling, and they missed the mark. You know what I'm saying? Like it
and
had,
it came after Andor, so it'd be
and it came after Andor, and I'm like, man, maybe they got their shit together, you know? And it's like, it feels like a lot of people have wanted this story to be told for a long time, and they finally get their shot, and it's like, I feel like some punches were pulled, or something, and
I
it
thought the
wasn't just.
pieces were there. Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't. I was really disappointed by it, but like the show ended on some bullshit. Remember, like the
I
escape and
don't like it.
everything.
I don't like it when shows end in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like give a final thing. Like
yeah, yeah,
it just like it felt like just like a half. I don't like
yeah.
that at all. But anyways, I
And
hear you.
everybody was more apart than before the show
Yeah.
started. Like
Yeah.
the guy that went to go find is still he's clear now. Now you're stuck, and it's like, would you guys just swap places? Oh, but anyways,
Yeah.
I was
I hear
really
you.
disappointed by that.
Okay.
I wanted
I
just because I wanted to like it so much. And Frankie Fairshot, man, I gave it a shot, and it's like let me down.
Good job, Fair Shot. All right. Well, there you go. I think that pretty much wraps up our little retrospective of bullshit. That's
Yeah,
like we're pretty far into the episode, so we should probably start the regular episode now. What do you say?
yeah, we should start
All right, trailers.
trailers. First up, man, we got Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Yeah, thoughts.
Um, they look. I mean, Will Smith looks good. Martin looks okay. I mean, he looks older,
He doesn't have the same
definitely.
trainers as Will Smith.
Yeah, but I hope the comedy's there because I like the action stuff. But like, man, what really made it click for me was like when they were fucking funny. You know what I'm saying? So if they still got that chemistry, maybe it'll be good. But other than that, I don't know, man. It looks a little like
Dude, what's wild? I didn't watch the third one. I was like, and this is
that
the
wasn't
fourth
that
one.
bad, but
Um, the trailer actually looks pretty okay. I was like, this is not too bad. I was expecting some like straight to DVD kind of level, but it's been some money. It looks kind of funny and like it has like a story. Um, I don't know if it's the weird Will Smith thing, but he's not going anywhere. So just get used to him back on the screen again, I guess.
yeah,
But that's June 7th in theaters, Bad Boys 4.
yeah.
All right. Do we talk about the next thing or are we skipping it because I screwed something up? Because I did
Let's
not watch it.
let's just skip it.
All right. Next thing.
Next thing,
Fire away.
kinds of kindness. Um.
Same director as Poor Things.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. With Emma
Same
Stone.
cast. Same similar cast.
Yeah,
Totally different vibe.
yeah.
Um, what do you think?
Looks cool. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm in
It
now.
looks interesting.
Like I like Poor Things, so I'm gonna give this guy. Let's keep it moving, man. You're doing good. Good job. I feel
It's
like
gonna be way more grounded.
well, yeah, but I think that's what he wants you to think.
It's
You
gonna
know.
go off the rails.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be quirky at some point, right? I think.
We'll find out.
Um, I think this you can tell though there's more money in this one. Little, he got more money to play with, I think. But looks
Probably.
good. Emma Stone, man, keep doing your thing, girl.
She's not really. She's batting. She doesn't have many misses.
No,
Her agent does well. All right. Yeah, I'm interested. June 21st in theaters. Kinds
yeah,
of Kindness, the next weird thing from the Emma Stone crew. All
yeah.
right. Next trailer.
Next up, I didn't even watch the first one,
Me either.
The Dry, but
Yeah,
I like Eric Bana
me too.
and I like Anna Torb.
Me too. This trailer
And
looks good.
yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting to jump in on the second one.
I didn't realize it's based on maybe a book or a series of books. Eric Bana's a detective, and it looks kind of like that show, The Yellow Jackets. Like some folks go out, they're in the
Mm.
wilderness, like a group of people, and then not all of them come back. And you're like, what really happened out there? And then it
Mm.
gets a little like, oh, maybe something. And then you're like, that's the film, and Eric Bana is trying to play an investigator to figure out what happened in the outback or whatever the fuck.
Every time I think of or Eric Bana comes up, I think of him in Funny People and him saying rub and tug. It's hilarious.
The dude has been solid for like 20 years now. Probably more than that. I just remember him in Black Hawk Down going, "This is my safety, sir."
Yeah.
I was just pointing my finger. Everyone who's only listening. Yeah, it was pretty funny, man. Like he was badass, and that he's still doing fantastic.
Yeah.
But it looks good. May 10th, theaters. I think we're gonna watch this shit. It looks cool. All right, this one. Here we go. The next one.
This one, wow. Jerry Seinfeld stars in Unfrosted.
He directed it too, apparently.
Yeah. And it's like half of Hollywood is in it. It's like, damn, everybody's in this shit.
It's like Bill Burr plays like the president of the United States or some crazy shit like that.
Too many names to name.
What? Yeah. It's just going to be like skit after skit after skit. And I got to tell you, I think it looks funny. I think it's going to be.
It looks funny. How would you describe it? It was like a satire, like a, I don't know, like a theatrical satire. Like it's like way over the top, right?
It's how whoever invented Pop-Tarts. It's the story of the invention of Pop-Tarts. And it like takes place in like the 60s or 50s. I'm not really sure. And it's just full of comedians and characters. And it looks like way over the top absurd. And I don't know how much is going to be accurate, but it looks really funny. And
it looks funny, yeah.
It's going to be a cartoon. And it's just going to be a showcase of what comedian was available that day for filming. And they got them all in there. Like it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's on Netflix. Like I don't know if I'd go to the theater to watch this kind of thing. But on Netflix, I'm like, perfect.
Yep, May 3rd.
Yeah. And that's our last trailer.
Sweet. Getting those.
Yeah. We got some news. We got some interesting news.
Yeah, news and tidbits. First up, man. I was interested in this because I really like the trajectory that Austin Butler has been on. And he's pairing up with another, lauded director, Aaron Aronofsky. Yeah.
Darren
Aronofsky. He's hit and miss for me, but he makes crazy movies.
At least you're in for it. He's not phoning it in.
Yeah, he's not. No, he's intense.
You might not like where it goes or ends up, but
or not know what the fuck is happening either.
Yeah.
Can you explain The Fountain to me?
No.
Okay.
Stop it.
Dude, I've tried like 5 times. Frankie Fairshot has tried The Fountain 5 fucking times.
Whoa. Once. I watched it all the way through once, and I'm like,
You made it all the way through?
I think I'm good.
Yeah. I haven't even made it all the way through. It's just, I don't know if like a little fairy comes out of the fucking screen and hits me with a giant ball of fucking Sandman dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just fucking puts me to bed.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, so I'm interested. Austin Butler.
Okay.
He was good in Dune 2. And I'm excited for Bikers. Or what's it called?
Bike Riders?
Bike Riders.
Most original name.
Yeah. I know, right? So generic. They can even try. They didn't even fucking try. At the name of the movie. Yeah. Hey, they ride bikes. Why don't we just call it Bike Riders? Fuck. Anyways, next up. We got Julia Garner. And Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four?
I just added that. I wanted to see your face. Yeah. Yeah. The original rumor was Anya Taylor-Joy was supposed to be the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a big fan of Julia Garner. Come on. Ozark. Come on. Awesome.
Yeah.
Heartbreak.
Gonna have curly hair? Curly hair?
Are they going to shave her hair? Are they going to CG her hair off?
Are they going to slick it back? Is she going to be bald cap like me?
Is it going to be all motion capture? I have no idea. So she's.
What's her real accent sound like? She don't talk like that, do she?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Just a little thing there, but it's not like that at all. She's a good actress, man. This is an interesting cast. I didn't see this coming, but What do you think? She's going to be Galactus's herald. What do you think? Are you going to be okay with it?
I mean, I'm down for whatever, so if it's good, I'm down.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
That's pretty
Definitely.
much me with the film. Like, I have no idea what the fuck is going to be up with this film. I think they might be in danger of shoving too much in it, but we'll find out next.
Oh man, I'm gonna be so interested into the design of Galactus.
What if it doesn't even show up? We'll see.
Oh my god, what if he's a cloud?
Ooh, save some money.
Like the other one. Fuck. Anyways,
there you go. All right.
This one kind of threw me off guard when I saw it. Alex Garland retires from movie
directing.
Yeah. Surprised.
He was writing for like way longer than he was directing.
20 days later.
And I wonder if he just got tired of writing and directing, because directing is like, if you're a writer, you finish your script, you hand it off, and you go do something else. You could sleep in. You don't got to be filming at 3 a.m. for like 6 months straight. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is not easy. And he just did Civil War's coming out soon. I'm so interested and curious about this film. Like, it's getting some really good reviews. I heard it's tough to watch. But he asks hard questions. I think his stuff is fascinating. And as long as
I like the Annihilation. Hands up, Annihilation fans.
My hand is not up for the crowd.
I know you're just such a hater.
My hand is firmly not up. But yeah, he does interesting shit, man. And I'm so curious to see, what if he could write twice as many things and have other people just direct? You know what I mean? Like, that's cool.
But he definitely has an eye, though. Like, he has a way to, So, and mostly it's been good to me. I mean, so yeah. But hey, man, just be happy. If you don't want to direct, don't direct, bro. Just write what you want to write.
I think he's gonna be all right.
Yeah,
if it means he gets to keep
but
writing.
I'm surprised because the movie's not even out yet. Like, did he have a hard time directing? Like, was he getting a bunch of shit from the studio, or like day to day, or like?
That's not a tough one.
Yeah,
we'll find out more later.
You know, all that shit had a bunch of shit to do with it.
All right, last one.
Disney adds Hulu into Disney app.
Did it show up for you?
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah,
because ours are still separate and it's all good.
Because it's not in the Disney app for you.
No, because I have Hulu separately through a different setup. So I'm like, all right, but all right. What do you think?
What do you mean? Like, you have both apps? So like, but the app
they sign in separately through two different deals. Okay. Anyways, do you like it?
I mean, I'm still using Hulu, the regular Hulu.
Okay.
And I think it's my way of like, because if I put Disney Plus, there's a high chance that I'm not going to get to watch what I want to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm like, oh, there's Disney Plus. Boom, scroll past it real fast. So they don't see it. So Zenaida doesn't see it. Matthew doesn't care. But
that's funny. Strategy.
Yeah.
Strategy matters here, folks.
This is, Dad, can we watch something together? And I'm like, sure. Don't be an asshole, Dad. Like in my head. I'm like, what am I going to tell her? No? What am I going to say? No, I want to watch whatever the fuck I want. No, I'm like, yeah, babe. What do you want to watch? Can we watch Baymax again? I'm like, Jesus.
I haven't seen Baymax in probably a couple of years, but I love Baymax. So I'm sure every couple of weeks I probably might not survive.
She was not ready. It was all fun and games till they went to the alternate universe, and she was like, "What? He's dead?"
Choke it up, son.
Yeah, made me cough. But yeah, she was not happy with it. I had to console her. I'm like, look. He's in a little chip. And then, like, to make the body again. And look, he's there now. You know? She was like,
dude, I'm not going to lie. Even I got like a little like.
No, yeah, it got me too. Imagine
like,
she was like, I think she was like 6 or something like that when that kicked in. I was like, whoa, was not ready for that.
I feel like Disney has pound for pound the last like 10 years more. Some of their films are better than fucking Pixar stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We could debate that some other time because like some of
Yeah.
their stuff, some of their highs are really high. I'm like, shit, that was really good. Like we watched Tangled not too long ago. I'm like, this movie is so good. It's
Yeah, that
funny.
movie's like 20 years old though.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
older. All right, let's go. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, what we watched.
Yeah, you got this one.
3 Body Problem episodes. I have actually watched 4 episodes.
Ooh,
And I like it a lot. I
how's
just
your
can't
brain?
watch a lot at a time
How's your brain doing?
because it's complicated. They don't hold your hand. There's multiple languages, which is okay normally, you know what I'm saying? But they're doing physics and Chinese sometimes. And it's just a lot. But it's cool. Sci-fi. It's good. I
I
like
want
it
to
a
check it
lot.
out. So they haven't
Yeah.
fumbled the ball yet. The Game of Thrones dudes.
Yeah.
Cast looks fun.
Shout out to Dave. My brother-in-law Dave said that it reminds him a little bit of Westworld.
Same.
So
I think Jonathan Nolan's involved in this one.
I
Right,
think so
isn't it?
too.
Yeah.
But,
So there you go. Okay. Like the good parts of Westworld, I hope.
Yeah, like season one of Westworld. But yeah, man, it's pretty good, dude. It just there's some crazy shit in there. You're like, what? And yeah, and
I want to check it out at some point. We're just stacked up, but we just cleared we cleared the plate pretty well this week, and we're gonna get into that in a minute. All right, next one.
Next up, we're keeping up with Shogun. Still good. Surprise.
It's
Man, we got like 4 or 5 episodes left.
I think like 4. And like
Yeah,
the end game is here, and you can kind of see where all the pieces of the chessboard are finally starting to line up.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, like there's so many moving pieces. I love how complicated it is. Like there's like a bunch of main characters and everyone has their own agenda.
Yeah.
And sometimes they line up, sometimes they don't. And then you got like the wild card Portuguese folks
Yeah.
that are kind of like jumping in. You're like, what are these guys gonna do
Yeah.
now? And like they're like the priests. You think they'd be like neutral or good? Nah, man, they're business folks.
Bro.
Like they're like, yeah, imagine the priest going, hey, we need you to go murder these guys. Like, all right,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like who's your best murderer? Get them. Go over there.
Yeah.
I gotta say, there's a lot of bandits randomly killing people in the forest in this show.
Yeah.
Might want to watch out for that.
You know, one thing I like a lot too is that even when they're having conversations, like in a room or
Mhm.
wherever, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of like, oh, they're just talking. But like, there's so much
No
into what they're saying is like the smallest detail can be like,
consequence.
oh, this, yeah. It's like, oh, man. And it was the writing on it. Fantastic.
It's so tight. Like they don't
Yeah.
waste anything. Like everything means something. Everyone has a thing. Scenes are kind of short. They get right
Yeah.
down to it. And then like they get in and they get out. They get in and they get out. And it just keeps moving. And you're just like, this is awesome. Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
The acting's great. Cinematography's great.
The costumes, man. I just think about like wearing some of that shit. I'm like, man, that shit looks like it's got some weight to it. You know, like I don't even know
Tornaga,
what
that dude's a pimp.
Yeah, man. He walking around, he's got them big ass shoulder pads and shit. Yeah, I keep.
And then when they show up, like there's scenes where like all the samurai aren't like twice, like in full armor. The samurai show up to go from one place to another. Like holy shit! Like seeing like a courtyard with 50 dudes in full armor and just standing there ready to go, like samurai armor. Like fuck, this is badass.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
So Shogun, this is one of the top. I think our top favorite film shows of the year so far.
Yeah,
Tops. All right, here we go. Shall we move on to this one?
yeah. I think another candidate for a top. The Gentleman on Netflix.
Done. All done.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some spoilers. Not yet. Thoughts on the ending?
Thoughts on the ending? Well, that's kind of hard to talk about without
Okay.
spoiling it.
Well, overall, you
how
loved it.
about we say that overall, I really like the show. Go watch it.
Agree.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I definitely have
Without
issues
spoiling
with the
anything.
last. I have issues with the last episode, but
Surprise.
it doesn't. Fuck you.
Mm.
but I'm still looking forward to the next season. I'm like, okay, it kind of sets up some other stuff. I'm like, all right. Um, I think the biggest surprise for me in this show, just because it's like, I don't know how to describe it. The guy that plays the brother, Freddie, every scene he's in, he like almost steals. He doesn't even have to have dialogue.
Yeah.
He just kind of stand in the back doing something. I'm like, fuck, why can't I just stop staring at this guy? Like this guy just has this crazy thing, like crazy fucking Freddy, man. You never know what's gonna happen if he's gonna just fuck up so bad or just rescue everything. Like this fucking guy, he's like the actors is so good. I mean, if anything, like watch it for Freddy. But really, the show's pretty much awesome across the board. All right, spoilers. Here we go. Ready? Starting the spoiler clock. All right, everybody. Spoilers for the gentleman. Fast forward 7 minutes. Well, maybe 7 minutes. Okay, fire away.
Go ahead, man. You're the one that wants to bitch.
I didn't like how easy and quick it all kind of came together with their little setup at the end. I was trying to like.
That was the whole show. The whole show was like one-liners and like they got everything solved. The whole show was that.
They did, and I think that the weird thing was like the dad trying to set up, and I thought it was so cool with the carrier pigeons having to carry their bids. I'm like, I've never seen that. That is fun, clever. I like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, but the whole thing it kind of came together too easy with everyone trying to kill everyone. And the other thing that bothered me was if someone just tried to like murder my son publicly in a boxing ring, would I make him a steak dinner while hanging out with him in prison, all friendly and offering him some wine?
They're gentlemen, bro.
I thought that was so dumb. I'm like, shouldn't he be like wanting to like torture the guy or something? Instead, he's like, have some of my finest wagyu from my chef. I'm like, what?
But he got over on him, so that's how I think he's like I won. Even. I won, so fuck you.
I guess. I don't know. I thought that was a little. I expected him to go full on fucking Fargo season 5. You know what I mean? At the very end.
Yeah, you wouldn't laugh. You'd be the guy that got shot in the first episode.
Probably. That's why I'm like, no, I'm good. Other than that, I didn't love it, but it all kind of worked out. I mean, overall,
you didn't love the show. You didn't love.
I loved the show. I loved the show.
Okay, we can't tell, bro. All I hear is hate.
But I just didn't like I was like a little like it just felt a little off at the very end. Other than that, loved the show. Theo James was fucking. I was like, he's such a scumbag in White Lotus season 2, and seeing him here, I'm like, I like this guy. This guy's dope. Like every single person. One of my favorite things, episode 8 or 9, I can't remember, when you see Susie Glass at home when he like finds her and goes in, and you see her for the first time, not like in her full done up, full like perfectly manicured, full everything. You just see her like after her brothers got beat up. She's like exercising. She has like no makeup on the show. She looks like raw. And it was like the first time seeing like a different person, which I thought was really cool. I'm like, I like this choice. This is a really great, simple choice because you only see her as like super in control and sharp as shit. And you see her just super distraught and not okay. She looked just physically just completely different. I'm like, geez, this is a fucking cool choice.
Yeah.
The whole show is fantastic. Like top to bottom. It's so well done. Guy Ritchie, man. And if his next film, which is coming out, I think this month, knocks it out of the park, that guy is sitting pretty.
He's been on the heater.
Big time. All right, go ahead. What else you got? Spoilers.
I mean, dude, Theo James, Edwin, or Eddie? Or no. Yeah, right. Eddie and Freddie. Eddie, man, that guy's got a heart of gold, bro. Like, he's got so much patience. It's like, Jesus, his brother kept fucking like digging the hole deeper and deeper.
Not just that, his brother tried to have Susie kill him at one point, and I was like, and he's like, okay, keep going. I'm like, geez.
Yeah. So Eddie's got a heart of gold. And dude, just the way everything was, I felt like you weren't running, but you were like jogging at a brisk pace, and you just kept going the whole time. Like every episode, man, was just like, oh man, I watched another one. Oh man, I watched another one. And it was just fun the whole time. And I I liked the last episode and how they brought because each episode was its own little mission, and the last episode it was
Brought it
a
all together.
callback.
Yeah.
It was a callback to the previous episodes and stuff like that. And I wouldn't say I figured but I knew that Giancarlo Esposito was going to play a bigger role than just.
Of course, you don't hire him just to hang out,
just to buy some wine. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I guess he's happy now. You know, it had to be something bigger. I just didn't know what it was and stuff. And also, one thing that was a little bit, I don't know if this guy would have made it past the first time he fucked up, was the weed guy that kept fucking up.
Dude, not just that.
Was it Jimmy?
Jimmy. And you see him at the very end with the same girl who screwed him all over big time, hanging out. Like that dude, Jimmy, is such like the massive liability for this $1 billion corporation. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I like the actor.
I'm like, I don't know. They got to get the plans, whatever knowledge he has in his head that's growing the weed and stuff. You guys got to figure that shit out because this guy's going to be like
liability.
Yeah. So that was a little nitpick. And the other little nitpick is that at the end when everything came together and fucking Ray Winstone was like, I was doing this the whole time to get you guys together. I was like, really? You were? Okay, Ray Winstone. And I just think about it like, you know who I am? I'm the guy that gets to tell you who you can't and you can't hit. Now, I'm not saying it's the guy that you can't hit, but he's almost the guy that you can't hit. So I was like, I'll give you a pass, Ray Winstone, just because of that.
And that was weird. I was like, all right. I just thought it was a little undercooked. Like it was almost there, but not quite. But I'm like, whatever. Next season. I guess they're setting up for the next season. They got to do it.
Yeah. And it was like, I wish it would have been like The Gentleman Part 1. Because we know there's got to be more, right? Like it was like an origin story for Eddie. And now we're going to see with the nitty gritty, right?
I want to know, are they going to tie this into the film at all? Super curious because there was almost nothing. I mean, I loved the callbacks.
What if Colin Farrell comes in and he's got his guys in his?
I seriously thought he was going to show up, and he didn't. And I was like, but I mean, the callbacks to like Snatch and Guy Ritchie's other films are so cool, like the Gypsies and the boxing.
The Gypsy was the biggest one, right? With the caravans.
It was fun, and they're so well done. I'm like, this works. It all works. All the pieces. I'm like, I'm just having a blast. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
And there was one other thing I was like, but I don't know. Overall, we blasted through these. We loved them for the most part.
Overall, you're a jerk because you hate, but we like the show. I agree.
All right. Well, I think we're good. Are we good?
Yeah. And you didn't even grade my Ray Winstone, bro. You didn't even say good job, nothing. Like, you suck, work on it, or nothing, bro. Like, damn.
Oh, you suck, work on it. All right. Here we go. Spoilers. All right, everyone. You okay?
No.
Anyway, we'll do a better job next time, and let's see if you can do a better job with this next show. All right, here we go. Moving on. Constellation.
Take a deep breath. Constellation.
We're going to get into some spoilers. Where do you rate this for the year so far? Where on your list is this one?
I don't know. I got the Gentleman higher than this for me.
I would agree, but this is a totally different thing. As far as sci-fi, this feels like this year's Silo to me. Like I loved Silo last year, and this might be like the cool sci-fi thing so far this year for me. Like I was when like episode 8 or 9, I can't remember the episode count when they did some shit, and I was like, holy shit. I thought it was so cool. Like it was so clever. Like this show is so well planned and plotted and paced, and there's so many callbacks, like so many fucking callbacks. Like it's a very well designed show. Like I'll say that. Like this is such a cool show on Apple. Like damn, they fucking nailed this one. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny because you didn't know what direction they were gonna go because, like, you guys named it appropriately, the Space Crazies.
Space Crazies. That we were like, hey,
and that's what we called it the whole time. Crazies. It's like it stopped being Constellation. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about Constellation. But I was like, it's time to watch some Space Crazies and then just try to make sense of it. And then like there was a big reveal in episode 6. I think that's what you're talking about.
I think so.
You're like, what?
And it's so well done. You're like, and it worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like confused. They kind of like broke it down kind of so clearly, and you're like, oh, that's fucked up. And
Yeah.
then more things happen.
But the
More
how,
things happen.
that's my biggest thing is like the how. You know what I'm saying? Is the how is this
The
working?
machine, that little thing he had, did its magic. That's all that mattered. And they told the story. Spoiler time?
Sure. Yeah, you go ahead.
Spoilers. 5 minutes. Everyone, fast forward 5 minutes. As long as I can say that without being interrupted. Thank you. All right. All right, here we go. Spoilers starting for Constellation, the entire series. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you like the very end, the resolution, essentially?
I don't know. I felt kind of like not cheated, but I felt like they took the easy way, or like it was an easy. They're here. You know, like especially with the Eubanks character,
Mm-hmm.
he's just the evil guy, and he gets away with it, and
Yeah.
he knows everything. So he's like, I'm this guy now. I got away with everything, and then with the daughter and the mother, I was a little bit kind of like they could have done something else with it.
What else could they have done? Because I was like, this makes the most amount of sense. Like, it's really weird. I'm like, obviously, this is where they're at. This is what they have to do.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm just like,
acceptance. It was like they had to accept that shit's not fair.
yeah, I need a mom and you need a daughter, and then, like I get that, but I'm just like, and then the whole thing at the end with the corpse not being a corpse. That's why you're like,
That threw me off the most.
like, so what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
Do we have another season coming?
Yeah. Or
I'd kind of be cool
which universe is that? Like, and now the machine's broken, right? The little magic machine.
Yeah.
So nobody's going anywhere.
Unless homie can build one, he's in jail. He can like get some toilet paper rolls and some paper clips. I don't know.
And then the other astronaut guy just wakes up in the hospital, and they didn't talk about it.
That was pretty wild too. Like there's a lot of moving parts. I clearly there's some kind of a second season coming. Maybe. It'd be kind of cool if the second season was the other astronaut. We just follow him the whole time. And what's her name? She's just off with her daughter. Like, leave us out of this shit. Like, we're finally at peace after living in a nightmare for like months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that episode number 7, I think it was the one with the cabin in the snow where they kept going back and forth.
Yeah,
that was really good. And that was like you were talking about tension. There was a lot of tension in that episode, and there was a lot of like, oh, he's not there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like there's a lot of yelling at the screen that episode. I was like, you're on fire, bitch, run. Like a bunch of that going on. But that was probably the highlight of the season series for me, is that episode.
And she starts two daughters talking to each other. I'm like, what?
Yeah, with the little machine thing.
Very clever.
Then, yeah, that was really clever. And then the reflection on the mirror. And I was telling Matthew, like, man, Numi Rapace never has like, she's always has a rough go in every role she takes. She has never had my best friend's wedding, like, or whatever. Dude. She's getting chopped up, getting raped, she's always going through some horrible situation. And like in this one, she got the space crazies. The husband is drugging her, like, dude, she's super paranoid. She's got 2 kids. She's only one mom. What's she gonna do? Horrible.
I wonder if she like does a lot of gardening or meditating in her private life to make up for like the crazy stuff in her professional life of these characters that she plays. Because holy Jesus.
Number 6, she was a clone. Like, dude, like there's no the drop movie, like domestic violence. She's never had a good, like, let's just chill. No.
Little rom-com, little co-starring with Adam Sandler at some point soon.
Yeah. No, none of that. None of that for her. Feel bad for her.
Man, we're gonna be on the lookout for the next season because
Yeah.
this show was so cool. Like all the
Prometheus,
little
she had to cut her
pieces.
own alien baby out.
I remember it. That was one of the cool parts of that film. But okay.
Masterpiece.
Anything? Fuck off. Prometheus masterpiece.
Let's take a poll.
Anyways, anything else for the space crazes before we get out of the spoilers?
No, I'm good. Good.
I loved it. I could watch this again, no problem. That and The Gentleman, no problem rewatching both these.
Yeah.
Okay, dipshit. What do we got? What do we got?
Yeah. You know, you're the old guy between you and I.
By like a month. Not even a month.
Hey,
like maybe 5 weeks.
It counts. Put it up. It counts. Bestie Worstie.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'll go earlier. You mentioned that I like wrestling, and you're right. And it's WrestleMania week, and the bestie thing is The Rock has been bringing it for weeks, and he's gonna be at WrestleMania, and he is talking so much shit and being the biggest dick and not giving a shit. And I'm excited. And
when is WrestleMania?
April 6th.
And it's going to be on, is it Peacock or is it the other
Peacock.
one? Peacock.
It's on the
so you're excited. All right.
Oh, yeah. In Philadelphia. It's going to be good, man. I'm excited.
I remember one year, I happened to be, we went to like this bar randomly, I think in San Jose. And across the street was the San Jose Arena. I forgot what it's called. And the next day was WrestleMania. I had no idea because I was across the street and I noticed like the vibe and all the characters walking around because I think they were doing some kind of like an expo that day, like come meet all the people and shake hands and get pictures and fucking party with all those guys. And like I noticed like the whole area was like the vibe was there. It was like, damn, there's some fake violence in there right now. Got that whole thing happening. But I was like,
no, the violence is real. The stories are fake. All right. You get your shit right.
All right. Just for you. But it was cool. Just being like WrestleMania's across the street. I'm like, fuck, man, I would totally go to that.
Finished
product. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. All right. My bestie. Ready? Bestie of the week. Easy one. Simple. Ready?
Yeah.
Getting to record episode 100 with your dumbass. That's my favorite bestie thing this week. I'm like, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Little hearts. Not big ones, little hearts.
Little hearts.
That's my bestie. All right.
Wow. Speechless.
I'm not going to go any fucking emotional here. Good. I'm good.
Worstie.
Right, what's the worstie?
Worstie is all the other WWE news.
Wow, something happened bad?
Like with Vince McMahon and like these allegations keep coming out and like
what happened? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't know, man?
Why the fuck would I know?
Sued and because it's a big deal.
Sued,
huh?
What's he being sued for?
Inappropriate conduct with females.
Are they wrestlers or are they just like secretaries or something?
I wouldn't say. I don't think it's been talent. The talent hasn't spoken up yet, but it's been like people at the office, and it's not looking good. But again, hey man, you do the crime, you do the time, you know. And it's not like
dude's been controversial from like day one. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, but he built an empire.
He's gonna have a lot.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. He's a bad guy.
He's not gonna get any character witnesses like on his side. I don't think. Like especially I was watching that Dark Side of the Ring that you turned me on to like a couple months ago. There's a bunch of episodes and like there's never one where people are like, I love Vince. He's amazing. It's always like Vince fucked me here, Vince fucked me there. I mean like figuratively. So I have no idea.
So it sucks for the person, the victims. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why it's the worst because they're the ones that are going through this, and it's not a laughing matter or anything like that. So I'm not here to say it's worse for Vince. I don't give a shit about him. If he fucked up, man. But I don't feel bad for the victims and the people involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
That's the worst.
Crazy. Well, keep us updated with that. And WWE is not going anywhere because the amount of money happening there.
I mean, he's supposedly out. He's like when they sold it because he sold the company.
Oh, so
He
they
sold
just
the
keep him
company.
on as like a figure, just like a face.
No, he's not even a figure or a face. He's not involved at all. He's not a
Oh,
CEO. He's not. He's been out since they sold it. So there's a company that bought UFC and WWE
that's right.
together.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also The Rock is a vice president at this company. He bought into it. So that's why he's going on the Rock. He's calling himself the final boss.
Okay.
He's like, I'm the motherfucker you gotta beat. And he's cussing. He's like, cut. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me it's cut. Fuck you. And like, he's like, dude, he's going.
You gotta send me some of those clips. Now I'm like, I might start watching the wrestling again.
And he's like super huge right now, bro. It's like he ate another rock. He ate the Black Adam rock. And he's enormous. And his cycle is just peaking right now. And
I want to check that out. Wow, I bet he's having a blast.
Yeah, and then he's getting booed so hard, bro. It's like people love booing him. Oh man, it's amazing. And he's talking so much shit.
Okay.
And I love it. Reminds me of the 90s.
Well, I'm happy for you.
But yeah, so yeah, Vince is not involved with any of it anymore. He sold it.
So
and it's like, it's so funny. He sold it, and then like 5 days after, no. When Netflix got the deal done with WWE, remember we talked about that a little bit? Like 5 days after that, that's when the allegations popped up.
Netflix sounds like a new Netflix documentary series coming at you.
Yeah. Well, Bill Simmons supposedly is working on a documentary on this guy.
Well, I mean, dude, he has decades and decades and decades. So that's gonna be like a 10-part series, man. There's
The Last Dance. Like The Last Dance for Vince McMahon.
Crazy amount of series. Oh man. All right. Anyways, let's move on. All right, moving on. New to the list. First up, we got Sugar on Apple, starring Colin Farrell, playing a PI. Looks pretty crazy. We both are into it. The trailer looked cool.
Yeah.
What else? And what you got? 2 for you. You got some creepy shit. What else we got new to the list?
Next up, man, we got Night Swim on Peacock. I think it came out today, the 5th, April 5th.
Not a happy one. Okay.
No. And I don't know about swimming at night either. Careful. And another one that you don't want to mess with. I mean, this one's actually really good. Talk to Me. I really liked it. It's on Paramount Plus with Showtime.
Looks unhappy. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, it's not happy. It doesn't have happy thoughts.
I'm good. Pass.
Yeah.
This one looks cool. Yeah.
All right.
Totally creepy corner. On Prime, Fallout, the based on the game, looks cool as shit, man. It looks like
dope.
Looks like a lighter-hearted Last of Us, but it's gonna be out there. It's a video game. There's some crazy characters. There's some giant robots, and I think a dog. I don't know. It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks.
I'm excited for Fallout. They spent some money. All right. Yeah. There we go. New to the list. It's a good one.
Yeah. Next up, we
last
got
section.
Double feature. Yeah, this is a weird. We don't know how to frame it correctly or the word it correctly because the gentleman ended with like, he's starting a new life. Constellation, another new part of their life. So
they went through a journey and they ended up elsewhere.
Yeah, so we're going with a double feature is gonna be like a second chance at life, new slate, new beginning.
Yeah.
Double feature
shit, and you come out like you're in a little cocoon, and you got birth to a little butterfly. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
So what I got Castaway. I remember. I mean, the plane crash was amazing, and Tom Hanks, man, delivers a great performance. And I haven't seen it in a long time, so I've actually been curious about checking it out. So I'm gonna go with Castaway.
Okay, that's a trippy, unexpected film. Robert Zemeckis when he used to be good. My end of journey beginning rebirth, appropriate for episode 100, a film that like totally blew my mind when I was younger. I'm like, I think I want to work on films. That looks amazing. The Matrix, the first one. That film, I was not expecting it to be like that was gonna be good. But I mean, I walked out of the theater. I think I came out of the theater like, what? I watched it like 3 more times in the theater, and I loved it. I still love it. And it's kind of like, it's not until he gets killed in the very end where he kind of gets to like get rebirthed into something else new and different, or like levels up. And I'm like, this is awesome. Man, I didn't think I need to watch that movie this weekend. That movie's amazing.
Have you seen it in a while?
Probably a couple of years. I mean, it should go on the rotation as much as like Aliens and anything else. But it just doesn't for some reason. I think the sequels kind of soiled it a little bit. But man, every time I watch it, I'm like, this film's amazing. So textured. So good. I watched... Anyways, there you go. There's our interesting double feature, Castaway and The Matrix.
Yeah. That's cool. Probably end with The Matrix, maybe?
Probably. I would say so.
Mine has a little bit of a happier ending in some way. You know,
yeah, I guess
crossroads and shit, you know, like you got to figure out where you're going to go.
Yeah. But Neo gets to go flying at the very end, and that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks could use some flying when he's on the island.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's it for 100 episodes.
That's me clapping. Good job. Good job. Made it.
Good job. We did it.
And we still talk to each other.
Yeah. We still give ourselves Zoom spoons.
There's
a callback.
It is. Zoom soon. Long time ago. I'm going to record something else. So give me a second. 3, 2. And also for the folks only on listening, you could probably watch what we hope is going to be this entire episode in video on YouTube. So check that out. Hopefully we don't look like 2 big idiots. And if it sucks, it's Francisco's fault.
Hey.
All right, back to it.
All right. Well, I think that does it for us today. Great episode. Good job. We got in there, man. It was a great sesh.
Good job.
Yeah, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Please leave comments or recommendations. Let us know, man. We'll watch it. Well, I'll watch it and then
you'll give it a shot.
Hate it 15 minutes in and just stop watching.
I'll look it up on Rotten Tomatoes and be like, fuck this. All right, go ahead.
And that's it, man. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
With all the hate. And have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Vámonos. Let's go. Put on this.